And also, I should say that it transforms your life. It transformed my life because my search was, I was looking for something meaningful in the midst of our, modern age, more spiritual, and quantum touch offered me a really nice way to find my path in this chaotic environment.
I believe people don't have any idea about how energy healing is in Turkey. So these Western countries don't have so much information about that. And today we have our Turkish liaison, Süleyman Akdoğan. He will share with us how is energy healing, and especially QuantumTouch in Turkey. Süleyman, how are you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Gustavo. Nice to meet you. It's a good opportunity to express my ideas about quantum touch and its applications. As to your question, in Turkey, in fact, in Turkey, there is a kind of tradition, a healing tradition in our soils, in Anatolia. I'm sure you remember Richard Gordon talks about universal life force. It has several names in different cultures. In Turkey, also, we have this notion. And I think as a result of this, people they want to learn about different healing techniques like quantum touch, Reiki, reconnection, matrix energetics, etc., etc.
Can you please share with us the modalities of energy healing there are in Turkey? Because we have no idea of what is in Turkey in something local. You mentioned something in our conversation previous to the interview, something about Anatolia. So what is there in Anatolia? What is going on with energy?
It's very unique to Anatolia. In fact, here in Anatolia, there is an item. It is called giving hands. It means you share your healing ability or technique with someone else who walks at the same road with you. And how these techniques are done. It is very simple. You can use your hands-on healing. It's basically hands-on healing, and it is believed that you transfer that life force to someone else. And also, I should mention that there are some traditions related to the religion. Most of the people in Turkey are Muslim. So in the context of Islam, there are also some healing techniques which is practiced with words or with hands-on healing. It's like that.
Are these energy healing techniques in Anatolia and the rest of Turkey related to Sufism?
Yes, some of them. In fact, there are many branches of Sufism in Turkey, but those ways are manifested in a more enlightenment way. People follow these paths to reach enlightenment, not for healing, but if you think that it's a kind of healing process, you can say that it's, healing, but it's more like trying to reach to enlightenment, to know yourself better.
We know from QuantumTouch that it is something for healing, and I say also it is something not only for healing, but also for relationships.
Yeah.
I've been working a lot with relationships with that, and I'll talk about that afterwards. Also, this connection we have by practicing QuantumTouch, it is for sure spiritual. It is,
Yeah.
QuantumTouch is not related to any religion in particular, but I believe for sure, whatever religion the person practices, this is a very important tool for connection, and you can see the difference. I'd like to know from you, what is your background, your studies before QuantumTouch?
I have been a QuantumTouch trainer for 10 years, since 2013. Before that, I met Reiki in 2006. It's almost 20 years ago, and the notion of energy totally changed my life, my point of view, my perception of life. Before that, I wasn't aware of, there is, in fact, energy is everywhere in the quantum levels. But we should see it, or we should perceive it with the help of some techniques. So after I learned I learned Reiki, I began to look for another techniques, another energy healing techniques. And then I met, naturally, because QuantumTouch is very popular at that time, still it is very popular. I met with QuantumTouch. Firstly, I read Richard Gordon's book, first book. It was a kind of transformation for me, and I decided to learn further QuantumTouch. It's funny that I had my first training in France. I just went to France to take QuantumTouch. And then my second training was from Robert Naller from Austria. He came to Izmir. I joined his seminars, and also I completed my trainings and become practitioner, and then I became trainer.
Okay, so what is the particular aspect of QuantumTouch? Because you said 20 years ago you were studying other modalities, but there is something in QuantumTouch that made you to be interested and continue with this practice. Like, you have your clients nowadays, you gave classes as an instructor. So what made you to be very interested about QuantumTouch?
The best property of QuantumTouch, the best feature of QuantumTouch is you can see the results instantly. Even in small sessions or in demo sessions, as Richard Gordon says, you can see that bones are aligning, or you can, work with a pain and the pain lessons. These concrete consequences, physical consequences, because the people around me, they are very suspicious about QuantumTouch and other energy healing techniques. So it was very nice for me to show them, energy healing is working, and I mostly use it by doing QuantumTouch. In fact, a couple of years ago, in a shopping center in Istanbul for, I think, 6 months. Every week, there was a table. We had banners of QuantumTouch. We presented people QuantumTouch, and there we did some small sessions. For example, people had headaches, some other problems with their bones, etc. In front of everyone, we presented QuantumTouch, and I think I made a couple of 100 sessions, mini sessions there.
Really?
And yeah, all of them was successful. Even in 5-minute sessions, it is really nice to see those results in people. They become happy. At the same time, they become puzzled, surprised. They want to learn the technique. They ask questions about the technique. I think this is the best side of QuantumTouch for me. You can clear all the question marks in a very short time in people's minds. And also, I should say that it transforms your life. It transformed my life, because my search was, I was looking for something meaningful in the midst of our, modern age, more spiritual, and QuantumTouch offered me a really nice way to find my path in this chaotic environment.
Yes, I'd like to say something here. This is very mysterious actually. All the courses, the workshops I took, the QuantumTouch workshops, the basic one, the QuantumTouch 2 supercharging, there is always a change in my life just afterwards. For example, one day I attended a workshop, I was moving, a move came, I'm moving my address. It is like a new cycle in the life. In another occasion, I was offered a new corporate job. And then after a course, I got a promotion. There is always a transformation in my personal life tied. I believe the workshops, they are a boost in energy for us, and you have the benefit.
I think in the following years, people, at least in Turkey, I can say that people are more receptive. I can see it. They search some alternative ways to better their mental, physical conditions, and they are more knowledgeable. They are more aware about these kinds of energy healing techniques. And I think this is the sign of transformation, which triggers a change in people's perception.
Yes, for sure. And I'd like to know, as I mentioned previously, when I can say when I'm being attacked by someone, sometimes it is not that you are involved in confusion, in discussions, it is in arguing with people. It's just because people are stressed out. Sometimes you go to a store as a client, we try to be polite with people, right? We do have this intention, we carry this intention with us. So with this intention, go to ask about a product, and the salesperson is very upset, So in this moment, it is not with me. It is not personal. We can run energy to this person. You treat this person very politely. And as Richard Gordon says in one of his books, QuantumTouch 2.0, The New Human, he says, try to put this energy in your heart, in your daily life, and see how people will treat you. So I started doing this in good situations, in bad situations, like being mistreated in a store, for example. We do this, we run the energy, and the person changes like a miracle, instantly. It is immediately. It is really a miracle. The person doesn't know why, but the person starts feeling good at your presence. So this is a use I have in my daily life. I'd like to know what use you have in your life.
As a matter of fact, I use QuantumTouch a lot with myself and with other people. As I told you before, for example, I am going to university, I am attending to university. I am also a student doing right now I am writing my thesis. For example, when one of my friends have a problem, a simple problem, but they know me, they know that I do QuantumTouch, I explain them. Sometimes they have some prejudgments, but I tell them that, let me demonstrate you how QuantumTouch works in many sessions. For example, in the university or around my family circle. If they have a problem, they just call me or they come to my place. I work with them. Also, even in the place where I work, for example, when they have a pain in their shoulder or back, they come to me, please, Süleyman, do me a mini session. Except that this is, I think, the physical side of QuantumTouch. I think once you feel or understand or grasp that energy is the ground of your existence, because as human, according to QuantumTouch principles, we are just vibration. If you understand that, you start to experience life in a different mode. Your aspects of perceiving things, understanding things change. I think this is the most important element of QuantumTouch. It moves you to another level of perception, another level of understanding of life.
Yes.
To another level, yeah.
This is very, this is for sure, 100% agree with you. That's why the name of this series of video I work with is QuantumTouch Lifestyle, because this is really a lifestyle. And when I meet people who are with QuantumTouch for 18, 20, 25 years, people really engaged in serious, their life is a bless. And this is another thing Richard Gordon says in one of his books: when you start working with QuantumTouch, our life become a bless.
Yes.
This is true. And a very important aspect of QuantumTouch is that people don't feel drained. I like to, in my videos, whoever watches my videos sees that I repeat over and over again same things, because they are very important. The person who's watching this video will not necessarily watch another video where I mention something important. And something important I repeat on this video here is that QuantumTouch is a tool for practitioners to not being drained, because a lot of professionals, they are working with energy work, but they are drained. At the end of a session, they are feeling with no energy. But QuantumTouch amplifies the energy. So the person feels good, the client, and you feel good because you give and you receive. You amplify your energy. While you are giving something good, offering to this person, you are receiving as a law, and a law of the universe. If the person is working with QuantumTouch and feels drained, it is because it is not using QuantumTouch as it should be. It is very simple. It's just keeping the breathing to amplify the energy. And it is very important, because we have our clients, I have my clients, and we do this and they receive. That's very important, right?
It is a very common question from my clients or the people who are wondering about QuantumTouch. How do you sustain or regenerate your energy? They think that I am using my own energy, like in, you know, Qigong, for example. In fact, and after I tell them, I'm not using my energy. In fact, as you said before, I amplify my energy and using breathing techniques. I am a kind of channel who channels energy from cosmos to a person by using some awareness, meditation, and breathing techniques. I think this is very important. They ask me, how do you regenerate your energy? I just answer simply, I continue to breathe.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you gave classes, your workshops. So it seems you've not been offering workshops lately because you mentioned you are in studying university studies, right? So do you have any plans of offering QuantumTouch workshops for whoever is in Turkey and interested?
Yeah, always. Very interestingly, people reach to you. They just find you, and it occurs spontaneously. You got a phone or you got an email, private sessions regularly, even distant or face-to-face sessions here in Turkey, especially in my city. There are some people, they come from abroad, from UK, from Morocco, from New Zealand to get sessions or workshops, to join workshops in Turkey. And for example, I ask them, why did you prefer me? There are always some interesting coincidences. For example, they visit Turkey, and while they visit Turkey, they want to take some private sessions, or they are visiting a friend in Turkey. I think this is the force of energy healing. Sometimes you don't need to do anything. Just if you align yourself with energy, you can do everything with it.
There is something economically happening in the country. I understand people are focused on their job and all of these things that can be impacted, but QuantumTouch is specifically to improve the life.
Yeah, you're right.
Why I'm saying that? Because everyone can buy a book in Kindle, right? $3. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I understand that perhaps economically there is some difficulty, but when the person is interested, they can start having a contact with this until something happens. I hope to see more and more people knowing QuantumTouch there in Turkey, because it's a very beautiful country. I love this country, as you know. I told you before this interview. I'd like to hear from you a message from your heart to whoever is watching this interview, and a message about QuantumTouch. How this is in your life? A piece of advice regarding QuantumTouch to people.
QuantumTouch has been in my life for the last 10 years. It has transformed me radically in a positive way, of course, even in a physical ground or a spiritual ground. So I would advise people, they don't think a lot. They don't have to think a lot whether to join or to learn about this healing technique. They should, or they can just join classes, seminars, or they can join some demo sessions, or they can read Richard Gordon's books. I know we have very interesting videos in our YouTube channel, but try to escape from hesitation. We must take a step. in order to learn or in order to understand what quantum touch is. It is a miraculous technique which has ability, which has potential to change our lives radically. If we understand the principles of energy, the concept, the notion of energy, we can use it in different realms, as you said before, in our relations with people or to the life. And of course, you can see the results, as I said before, rapidly when you do quantum touch. You can feel more healthy, your relationships get better. Anyway, what I say is, don't hesitate, just take a step.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'll leave your contact information on the description of this video for whoever wants to get in touch with you. And I believe you offer sessions online also, right?
Yeah, online sessions,
Workshops online also.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Gustavo. It is really nice to meet you. And thanks for giving this opportunity to me to express my feelings about quantum touch. And I am sure it will help our community grow in the near future.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. See you.